What's going on, everybody? It's Kanye. Today's video, I'm going to be bringing you one of the best power forward builds in 2K23. Now, for this build, I wanted it to be particularly good at the twos. That's what I've been running mostly in 2K23 so far. And I already have a decent point guard build, but I wanted to have a good off guard build for the twos. Now, when I say that, this build's definitely going to be able to play threes. It's definitely going to be able to play rec, and it's going to do it very well, but it's kind of catered to the two style of play. On top of that, we're going to be a big power forward, but we're going to be really, really well-rounded. So let's go ahead and get started. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. I appreciate all y'all that watch the videos, and I hope y'all enjoyed the different builds that we're putting out, as well as other content on top of that. So we're going to be making a power forward today, as I said. Handedness and jersey number completely up to y'all. So for the body settings, I went with 6'10". The reason I went with 6'10" is because we're able to get an 80 ball handle, an 81 ball handle, but I have it at 80. You're able to get an 80 ball handle at 6'10". So if you're willing to upgrade that, you have an 80 ball handle at 6'10". Like, you're gonna be crazy. Not to mention, I adjusted the weight. I did lower the weight to where we got a max of 82 strength. Having that 82 strength still gets us silver bully. It's still a really high strength rating, so we're not gonna get shoved around, but we also gain some speed with ball. For our wingspan, I went 7'4". It was just because I didn't want to completely nerf the shooting. Again, I didn't max it out anyway, but there's just some different reasons in terms of attribute adjustments that I went with 7'4". I also went with the compact body type because we're going to be handling the ball, so I wanted to feel more like a guard on this build. So when we look at the attributes here, I went with a 60 close shot, 80 driving layup, 86 driving dunk. In a 56 standing dunk, that just kind of went up with this. You might be wondering, like, why didn't I touch the close shot? And the reason being, I made this build for the particular mindset of twos, right? So if you're an off guard on twos, if you're setting screens or you're playing off ball, you're not going to be just standing at the rim. Like, you're going to be cutting, or you're going to go off the drive, or might catch a ball off the roll, but you're not going to just be standing under the rim or near the rim to shoot close shots. So you don't really need that. And so it's not essential. That's why we have the driving layup, driving dunk, and we are able to get our 12 finishing badges from that. When we look at shooting, we've got an 80 mid-range, an 81 three ball, and a 79 free throw. And this is the part where I said, if you want to take this thing to the rec, you absolutely can. You've got a 79 free throw, you've got an 81 mid-range, 81 three ball, so you're going to be able to hit all day long. Very, very consistently. And we got 21 shooting badges, so that's really, really good. Now, when we look at playmaking, we've got an 88 pass accuracy, an 80 ball handle, and a 70 speed with ball. You are 6'10". 88 pass accuracy is elite level point guard like pass accuracy. You've got an 80 ball handle, so you're going to get a full solid grouping of dribble moves that are going to be top tier. You're going to get a 70 speed with ball at 6'10", so you're going to be able to move around any big that's guarding you. And not to mention, at 6'10", right, if you've got another big guarding you, even if he's only like 6'8", if you can get a step on him, once you have your finishing badges, there's no way he's going to be able to stop you because you got 2 inches on him. Not to mention a 7'4" wingspan. So let's move down. Oh, also, we got 20 playmaking badges. And the reason I'm not looking at these too deep right now is because I'm going to break them down once we get into the tester part of the build. When we look at defense and rebounding, 74 interior defense. Again, not super high, but it's going to be good enough to be able to guard the post. You are 6'10", so you're going to have a height advantage on a lot of people in twos. And remember, I made this build for twos. But also at 6'10", as a power forward, again, 6'10" power forward, you're going to be able to guard most power forwards in fives and rec, so you're not really going to be hurting with that 74. You're likely to have a center next to you that can help as well. But the biggest thing here is we have a 79 perimeter defense. So in twos and in threes and even in rec, when people are running pick and roll plays, you can switch and you can sit. A 79 perimeter defense, you can sit all day long. Not to mention, we got a 71 steal to pick off passes, and we got an 87 block to protect the lane. Now, the reason I went with the 80 defensive rebound and I didn't really upgrade the offensive rebound has to deal with the fact that, again, we're playing twos, right? So if you're out on the perimeter, and even in the rec, when you're probably going to be out on the perimeter most of the time, you're not going to have the high opportunity to grab a lot of offensive boards. But the other thing is, most people are making 6'8", 6'9" builds right now. So when you're 6'10" with your 7'4" wingspan, you're going to be able to grab boards over those guys sometimes, especially if you have rebound chaser. Even if you don't have the high of a rebound stat, having rebound chaser alone is going to be beneficial to you. Moving down to our physicals. 2. We also get 22 defensive badges. So you're going to see here we got 12, 21, 20, 22. So finishing is where we are at our weakest, but we also get contact dunks. So is it really that bad? No. 80 driving layup, 86 driving dunk. Just because we only have 12 finishing badges, we got really good attribute layouts. So we're going to be just fine. Physicals, 79 speed is 6'10", 75 acceleration is 6'10". We've also got an 82 strength and an 82 vertical and a 90 stamina. So you're going to be, very, very athletic for a very, very big build, which I think is great. Now, let's go ahead and look at our takeover situation. So first things first, I went with paint intimidation just because we do have that lower interior defensive rating. I think having paint intimidation will be very beneficial, especially, if you do get run up on by a team of two that one of the guys is just a straight up big man, because that does happen sometimes. I was running the other day and we went against a guy that was a 7'3" post hook, cheeser. Like that's all he did. So, this will be beneficial since you do have that lower interior defensive rating. Now, for secondary takeover, we got team ratings boost. I went with this just because you already have really good ratings in terms of shooting. You've already got really good ratings in terms of finishing. So this would just be beneficial to everybody on the court. Now, that being said, you could definitely sub this out for Limitless. I almost did it anyway, but this is just kind of my mindset. Almost every single one of my builds has this team's rating boost takeover on it. So that's just kind of what I went with. But let's go ahead and see what kind of build we made here. And again, this build's actually got a pretty cool and somewhat rare name. I haven't seen him yet on the court, but I really like the name of it. We're getting compared to Evan Mobley, Kyle Kuzma, and Giannis, or Giannis with a jumper, I guess. But we're going to be called a stretch dimer. So to recap, we're 6'10". We've got an 80 ball handle, 88 pass ac, low 80s 3-ball and mid range, get contact dunks. And we have a 79 speed, and we have a really solid defensive ratings with a bunch of defensive badges. It is an outstanding all-around build. It can be a secondary ball handler, and it can score inside and out. So really one of the best all-around builds that I've been able to make so far, because it can guard the perimeter and the post on top of that. So, it's very balanced. And what I will say as we get in here into the tester is, we also are going to see extra badge points as the season goes on. You get 4 for playing a little bit of my career. Go ahead and throw those in here into the finishing category, and you'd have 16 finishing badges. I highly recommend it, and I'll show you why. So let's go ahead and put 10 of our finishing badges on here. I would go ahead and do gold limitless takeoff, and then I would do bronze fearless, and then I would come down here and I would probably do something like either silver slithery. You could do silver acrobat, but since you're on a 6'10", I wouldn't recommend silver acrobat. I would probably do silver slithery. And the reason I'm doing these and other big man badges is because this is an outside, this is a perimeter big. You're not going to be back to the basket on this thing. But here's where it gets cool, right? Let's say you add your 4 extra badges there. Okay, so you have 2 left over. You've applied 10 in tier 1 and tier 2, so we officially can get these tier 3 badges. If you apply your 4 extra, you have 6 badge points now. So you put 6 and you get bully on silver. And then you core it and you get posterizer on silver. So now we're looking at a build that has, our weakest point is our finishing, but we've got silver posterizer and silver bully, gold limitless takeoff, bronze fearless finisher, and silver slithery. That's elite. Very elite, especially, if you can get that badge cord quickly. Now, let's look at shooting. For shooting, we definitely, I highly recommend AMP this year, especially early on if you don't max out your stamina, because low stamina affects the jump shot timing. At least, I don't know if it does it on all jump shots, but on my jump shot gets significantly slower if I'm low on stamina. So, Space Creator, I actually like this badge quite a bit this year. Go ahead and throw that on silver. I will go ahead and throw Guard Up on silver. And you could do Agent 3 since you can't handle the ball. You could be hitting, fades and stuff like that. That's definitely something to do. Green Machine, I think, is going to be a really good badge this year, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it on silver. We've got 9 left. Go ahead and get your bronze limitless range. And let's go ahead and knock down Guard Up to bronze. And if you want catch and shoot, by all means, go catch and shoot. Blinders. Really, you can get 2 of these 3. So it's really up to you which 2 of the 3 you want. I think Deadeye is going to be a requirement this year. And catch and shoot, I think, there is an effect that catch and shoot has on your jump shot out of a catch. And I don't mean that it boosts it. I mean it changes how the jump shot works. because sometimes I feel like when I'm shooting a jump shot, I have a really slow catch, and I feel like catch and shoot helps that. Don't hold me to that, but that's just a theory. But also blinders is going to be significant as well. But another thing I want to point out is this year in 2K, the jump shots, and I don't know if this is the same for next gen last year, but I played current gen, but they had jump shots, like the jump shots now have like different ratings to them. So you've got like a release height and defensive like immunity or whatever it is. Basically the ability to defend it. And then you've got speed and you've got timing. So like if you have a really like strong jump shot that's going to be good against defenses, like it's got an A+ against like defensive immunity, like it can't be impacted, like then I would definitely not worry about blinders or dead eye as much. But compared to catch and shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on bronze blinders. So this is how I lay out our shooting badges. Again, catch and shoot, if you're having trouble shooting off the catch, maybe try it and see if it fixes anything. Let's move on to playmaking. Definitely a must-have is silver quick first step. I'm going to go ahead and throw on bailout on bronzes because I throw a lot of bailout passes. Handles for days, we went on bronze. Killer combos, we went on silver. Clamp breaker, we went on silver. The nice part where you made this thing a 610 is really the tier 3 badges you need are unpluckable and needle threader. You could run dimer, but you don't need to. And you could run post play, but you don't need to. So I'm going to throw on silver unpluckable. And then I'm going to core it and I'm going to get silver needle threader. And then I got 2 left. I'm going to throw on hyperdrive. So, I mean, look at this build at 6'10". We've got silver quick first step, silver killer combos, silver clamp breaker, bronze handles for days, silver hyperdrive, bailout, unpluckable, needle threader. I don't know which ones I've already said, but like you've got a really innate ability to handle the ball. You're going to be really tough to guard at 6'10" with the ball in your hands because you've got an 80 ball handle in all these badges. Moving on to defense and rebounding. I think you definitely want interceptor on bronze. We definitely want chase down artists on bronze because we are pretty quick. Box out beast on silver. Challenger on challenger. I haven't tried too much yet. I don't know between it and like other badges what you need to go with. I'm gonna go ahead and run it on bronze, and then I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna get rebound chaser, and I'm gonna get anchor, and then I'm going to core anchor, and I'm gonna get brick wall for the 2s. So now you got silver brick wall, you can grab boards, you got anchor, you can box out, you can contest shots, chase down. The only thing we don't have here is menace, which I would like to have on builds that can guard ball. But you know, outside of that, really, we have everything we need. So it's a really solid all-around build. And if y'all are looking at finishing, again, remember the reason I didn't put, you know, these 2 badges on, because I told you, if you get your 4 extra from playing my career, get you silver bully with the 6 you have, core it, and get you silver posterizer, and that'll make this build elite. Overall, one of the best well-rounded builds I've seen in 2K so far. Definitely my favorite build I've probably made so far in terms of what it's going to be able to do. On top of that, you're at an elite size, you have an elite ball handles, can shoot, dunk. I mean, there's really nothing that you're limited, you know, to in this build. Like I said, our main weakness is finishing, and we're going to have silver bully and silver posterizer with contact dunk. So is it really that bad? But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please try this build out and let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.